In 5 years' time, can I look back and be proud of the actions I took? Can I look back and be proud of the man I was slowly becoming? What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Fitness Made Simple, where I hope to inspire, motivate, and encourage you guys to start your fitness journey and get after your goals. Now, today we're going to talk about something very personal to me, which is how my perspective has changed over the years and how it's influenced the outcomes I've achieved. For a very long time, I had a very negative self-image. I had no confidence. I repeatedly tried and failed things. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't good at making friends. I wasn't good at having relationships. And I let this beat me down to the point where I thought myself as a failure. I remember specifically in the 7th grade, I was on the wrestling team, haven't wrestled in years to that point. I thought I would just pick it up. And it was a tournament. My dad bought these 2 raffle tickets. And, obviously the drawing's at the end, but my first round, I get absolutely destroyed by this dude. I mean, put on my back and getting choked out. But at the time, I'm 10, 11 years old, and I just started crying. And I turned to my dad after the match, and I was just crying, and I told him, I want to go. For many years after that moment, I felt like I let my dad down. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I couldn't do anything. And that hurt a lot. And it continued to put me in this box, this self-perceived box I had, that I'm just a failure. But everything started to change a couple of years ago. I changed my entire framework for how I viewed my life. I looked at my problems in an entirely different way. I asked myself, in 5 years' time, can I look back and be proud of the actions I took? Can I look back and be proud of the man I was slowly becoming? What is the worst thing that could happen if I take action right now? Am I okay with not taking any action and just letting that opportunity pass me by? Do I want to look back on my deathbed and be like, hey, I regretted all the things I didn't do? And I was like, no, I don't. And can I live with not taking action right now? If the answer is no, then I'll at least try. I'm going to take action. I'm not going to live another second of my life with wasted opportunity and potential because I was hesitant because of my past, my fear of failure, and the fact I didn't truly accept myself. When I started to change my frame and how I viewed life, everything changed. The second biggest thing that I needed to do was have positive self-talk, was to take time reflecting on my current situation. Be like, hey, check in. Hey, you are doing a good job. You are doing the best you can. I never took the time to check on myself because I was too busy trying to help other people or fulfill other people's goals and ambitions instead of my own. I was too selfless to the point where I gave up all my energy, all my investment that I should have put a little bit into myself, and I just gave it to everybody else because I didn't take the time to find out what I wanted for myself or check in with myself to make sure I'm okay. So what I want to do is extend a hand right now to anyone out there that feels like they don't feel supported in their life due to friends, family, whatever, or even no belief in themselves. If you need support right now, I will be there for you. You can send a message. You can comment on my YouTube videos. I will be there for you. The next big thing I did was remove the negative influences in my life. If you have friends, family that doesn't truly support you by having honest conversations with you about where you're at and then helping and encourage you no matter what your goals are and supports them anyway. And I realized I was spending too much time, especially with relationships. And when I stopped being in those negative relationships, I just started to improve. My mindset started to improve. My mental health started to improve. And my goals started getting achieved. I was making progress. I was changing my own life for the better. I was taking control of my outcomes. Right? How much power are you going to let someone else have over you? Right? That leads me to my next thing, which was for me, controlling my emotions. Mike Tyson said a quote on a podcast, and he said, when someone can control your emotions, they have power over you. I was spending so much time being invested in supporting other people and getting caught up in the little micro things on a day-to-day basis. Someone cuts me off on the road, I got upset. I promise you, an hour later, a day later, they're not thinking about what they did to you, whereas you're still stewing about it. Stop worrying about other people to that degree. Stop giving that people that much power over you. Be the person you want to be by controlling your emotions. And I took that so much to heart because I was letting so many people around me influence my emotions. And when I let people control me, I lost the ability to articulate myself. I wasted energy on something that wasn't going to provide any return. And I became a version of myself I disliked. You can't control how other people react, but you can definitely control how you react. And the sooner you become a master of your own emotions, you become indestructible. And the last biggest thing that I realized was limiting and reducing almost entirely my social media consumption, or anything that was consuming my time that wasn't productive or building towards my goals. Because what I failed to realize was that if every single day I spend 3 hours, let's say, on TikTok, if all those videos you happen to be watching are not towards your goals or being something productive, I promise you, you just wasted 3 hours of your day. To the point where it started influencing the decisions I was making, because the more time you spend a day thinking about a certain topic, whether you're just letting someone talk to you or not, and it's not about things that are towards your goals and what you're trying to do in your life, the more you're getting distracted and you get off on this tangent. Now you just invested not only your time, but potentially emotions, because if they got you riled up and stirred up, now you're over here talking and speaking on certain things that you really don't even care about, but you got caught up in the moment because you let it consume your time and your focus. You need to nurture your goals by controlling your focus. And if you start to do that in controlling the circumstances and the outcomes around you, man, that's when I finally started to realize how productive I could really be, how effective I can really be. And now all this time freed up. Now I didn't make the excuse anymore I didn't have time to do certain things, because now I have the time. I cut out all this negativity, all this wasted energy and time and effort. And I started surrounding myself with people that care and love me. And I've been blessed to have an amazing family. It's a small family but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I have a very, 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 very small friend group. I have like a couple friends I would even consider calling for anything. I'd rather be with people like my family and a few couple close friends that I know have my back and know would give me honest advice and know that would support my goals no matter what they are, instead of just being a surface level friend, in it for themselves and just selfish. The closest people that I chose to be around me in my life were shaping my life in a negative way. And then as soon as I started cutting them out, my life turned around, because I started to change my frame of mind and how I viewed what I was doing with my time. That was the genesis that changed everything. So hopefully some of this resonated with you. Hopefully some of this was helpful to hear. And once again, I'm going to extend my hand out to you. If you need someone just to listen to you, support you, give you guidance, I will be that person if you have no one else. You can DM me on social media. You can comment on my YouTube videos. Whatever you need, I will be there for you. And I'm thankful for every single one of you guys that follow me. And I hope I can continue making content worthy of your time.